when we last left off, you guys had re-entered the fog, found out that there's eyes and mouths all over the ground, really weird. There's a bunch of, like, creatures in the fog that Isaac didn't know about because he basically T-posed his way through this section last time. Um,
T-post.
we are here. But you guys got through that. You got through the fog, you got past the monsters, and then you found, like, a slight divot within the ravine, kind of like a oasis section almost. But I mean, it's not as pretty as an oasis. There's just like a small river going through. You found a very shambled camp set up, and your digivices kind of pulled you here. And as you started to explore, a half-naked Valentine who had just come out of like a shower, bathing, whatever, walked around to see you and was like, "Oh, guys, I think we have company." And then Atlas, Isaac, and Revi all came out from the camp as well. And now at least four of you are facing your doubles. So, well, we'll start with Elise. You don't have a double present. What are your thoughts? Elise?
First of all, I look around and then wonder why there are two of them. And then I try to look to see if like the clones are any different from the ones that I was with.
Hmm, they look a little bit more emaciated than the people you're with, especially the clone of Atlas. Anything?
Um, well, is it possible to like roll a decipher intent on this one?
Uh,
Well, basically on the clone.
how about you roll for decipher intent, but we'll keep things going, and depending on what you roll, as they talk and stuff, I'll give you some information. Um, now, as you, well, that's a roll. Valentine, your clone was the first to appear. Uh, so what are you
Does
thinking?
he look exactly like me, or does he look like old me?
Um, by old you, do you mean without the mask?
Yeah, without the altered clothing, and because I have new clothes now, remember?
Actually, well, he doesn't have the altered clothes, but he would actually have the mask. Well, the cloth mask. um, aside from that, though, as I told Elise, he is slightly more emaciated than you.
Well, you definitely don't look as good as I do. But, how are you here?
Well, that's not very nice to say, old chap, but uh, we were actually coming to look for all of you, though. Hmm. And Isaac, as uh, as the two Valentines begin to talk, you have witnessed uh your clone as well as some others come out of the fog. There's obviously the Valentine, Atlas, yourself and Revi that you have come to know. But your clones also have an Elise with them. You've been separated for some time, after all. Isaac,
Isaac.
Hello?
hello. Did you catch
It's
all that?
your turn,
Hi.
Yugi boy.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening. It wasn't working. And did you just say the clones have an Elise?
They don't
uh,
have an Elise.
well, the clones don't have an Elise, but I told you that as your clones appeared through the fog, they had an Elise, which you've been missing for quite some time.
I am confused. Elise has been with us the whole time.
I'm swapping your perspective.
Oh, you want me to be the clone, Isaac?
If it's a clone, sure.
I'm so lost. This would have been better if you prepped me.
Don't you live near each other? You wrecked scrub.
uh, would you like a little bit of background information?
Well, I mean, at this point, I'm the other Isaac. I've gotten that far, so I guess that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can give you a
Guys,
little,
isn't that Elise?
and
Elise? Where have you been? We've been missing you. You got lost in the fog.
Elise.
I look at him weirdly and then look at Isaac that's with me and then like look back at the clone one and then be like, what do you mean I got lost in the fog? So you mean to say
What do
that
you? What do I mean? Are
you're
you okay?
I I guess I'm okay.
Well, good. Come, sit down by the fire. Enjoy yourself. Who are these people you're with? They look awfully familiar.
Then I look at everyone that's with me and then I look at the Isaac clone and be like, what happened to you guys? Why do you look but you look like you haven't eaten for days.
I can
Because we
act.
haven't. Survival out here is hard. You wouldn't
Actually,
happen to have any food, would you?
I will give Isaac specifically some information. I was just going to mention it, but keep your conversation going.
So I
Oh,
like well I look at Val that's with me and be like, what do you think this is? Like are they illusions or something?
They seem pretty real to me. I don't think they're illusions.
Do you think that they're real people too?
I honestly do not have a clue. This world is quite odd.
How come I'm the only one with no clone?
Well, we still all know your name, but you do not know ours, so I think that's why.
I guess I can call the names of the clones, right?
yes. Um, actually, whose name are you trying to say? Are you talking to the clones and trying to say their name?
Yeah, like I'm gonna try to call their name.
You actually fail to say their names.
So I can't say their names either.
Well, if you remember, last time you tried to say Isaac's name, it went
Yep.
through.
hmm So what if I look at Val and try to say his name? The real one.
You can successfully say his name.
So yeah, I tried to call Val and say his name. Val?
Okay, now Aster's just fucking with us and trying to make time. I don't think he planned this far ahead.
Oh, what do you mean I'm trying to make time? I know what's going on.
That would make one of us.
Okay, but now that that message has been given, so you're all talking, and given your role earlier, Elise, I will say that at the very least, the clones that are speaking seem to be very, very straightforward and honest.
Okay. Is it possible for me to like look at them and then try to observe if there like anything that I can like perceive or something? Like more
Um,
than what I see right now?
One thing that immediately comes to mind that I was just about to mention is they don't have copies of the Digimon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So noticing that I don't see their partners, I'll turn to like the Digimon and ask them like, can you sense anything about these guys? Like, um, I mean for sure that you'll know if they're like um the real partners that you're supposed to have.
You you're asking the Digimon?
Yes, like the partners specifically. If there's
Um,
like,
so the thing is, the partner Digimon are very uncomfortable in this situation because they don't know what's going on because they recognize both the main group and the clone group as their partners.
they don't recognize them as their partners. So like to them, there are like distorted creatures or something.
But the what?
I mean, I'm asking if like they perceive like the clones as not humans or
Uh
like something else.
no, they genuinely don't know like who their partner is in this case, or maybe they're both their partners. The Digimon aren't sure.
Okay. So, oh,
Hey,
At least
um,
why?
does everybody have a Digivice by chance?
Uh does Lunamon ask this out loud? um
Yes, yes, Lunamon wants to ask that out loud.
uh well, Isaac,
Well, of course we do, Lunamon. We got separated and we got attacked. I'm just glad to see you two are okay.
I turn to the clone and ask him, then pull out your Digivice then.
So the double will kind of pause and look at her for a second, then turn to the clone of Revi, then look back and go, okay. And he'll pull out his Digivice.
and it will be the updated Digivice after the dream sequence.
Hmm. So where did you get that?
Same as you. When we got stuck inside the tree, we woke up with him.
Hmm.
You
I
actually didn't get stuck inside the tree, but you did have a dream sequence one night.
How do
So
we
I
act
turn
list
to Atlas and Revi and be like, what do you guys think of this situation?
Ravi?
Ready.
What happened? It's pretty much just
They've been
lost.
arguing with their clones. Um okay, I'll give you a little bit more to work with. So, as you guys have been having this conversation, as I mentioned, the Atlas in the clone group has been much more emaciated than everybody else, even the other clones. And he's been panting a bit harder as this conversation has been going on. And eventually he ends up collapsing.
Good, now we kill them.
Did the real Revy say that out loud?
Probably. And
Oh,
Atlas,
no.
Atlas, what do you make of this situation as your clone collapses?
You guys will have to have clones do some things real quick. My family just got home.
Gotcha.
Why are you being choppy?
It's pretty much probably gonna have like a mental breakdown. Just seeing his clone collapse
Mm-hmm.
just makes him think like, if this is what the clones are doing to me, what will my group will do to me? So he's just like mentally breaking down.
So as you're having your breakdown, you guys begin to notice the clone of Atlas begin to twitch a bit and tell almost like magic. His body begins to restore itself. No longer emaciated. But as it does, he begins to get up. What's going on? Why can't I hear my brother's voice anymore? What did you guys do to Atlas? Why can't I hear his voice?
Oh, so he's suddenly Eros, huh?
Yes.
Clone one is arrows right now.
Yes. After the emaciated Atlas ended up collapsing, his body ended up restoring itself somehow, and now he is Eros and very upset because he can't hear his brother's voice anymore.
Okay. Is it possible for me to like call Atlas name? The one, the real one? And
Uh,
then if I can do that and then talk to him, like I'll try to use my aspects on him to calm him down too.
the one, with you? Yes, you can call his name.
Okay, so like I'll try to go to Atlas who's having a breakdown right now and tell him, hey Atlas, calm down, please. Don't let it get into you.
She's doing that. Like Woodmon's also there. It's like, just calm down. It's like it's not real. It's not real. He's trying his best. Like
For what it's
Atlas is still Atlas is still panicking, but it's like he's slowly trying to like catch his breath as well and calm down just a little bit, just to get this image of what's going on.
Gotcha. Yeah, for what it's worth, Woodmon doesn't know what's real because he would feel like the Atlas that just seemingly died in front of him was his partner.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Um, so the clone of Ravi though would step up. Well, I don't know how we're gonna do it with them having with our partners being on their side and all, but we were told we have to take them out.
Yes, yes, orders are orders. As the double Isaac will pull his knife out from his hip.
Um. So the clones will begin to square up. It's nothing personal, but we got to get our names back.
Okay, so I think they are threatening us. Well, at least this Revy is. Wait, I can't say the name.
The other,
so never mind.
your guys' Revy threatens you all the time.
Yeah, but she doesn't mean it. Besides, this Revy used way too many words. Other Revy does not. We'll kill him. That's pretty much Revy's vocabulary.
Now they're gonna die.
See, that's Revy.
All right, so you guys have your partner. Well, except for Isaac, who is playing on the other side right now. What do you want to do?
So now that other Isaac has pulled out his knife, holding it reverse gripped in his right, he's gonna grab his Digivice in his left and call out to Fireman. Fireman, you ready to rumble?
Not really.
You're gonna have to suck it up, bud. We've got some stuff to do.
Yeah, but I don't want that to be killing my partner. By the way, which one's talking to Firamon? Just out of curiosity. The one you are, right?
Yes, me. So I said the double Isaac pulls out his Digivice and yells at
Yeah.
Fireman.
Okay.
Okay, so this is why it's a little confusing having Isaac play, well, other Isaac.
I mean,
So-
Dio is here if Dio wants to play the real Isaac.
No, Dio's not in the... I don't see him in the Discord chat.
So, Firamon is going to look at the Isaac he's next to, and before looking at the other one, and kind of looking at both of them before slinking away. I don't know what to do. Can't you guys just get along?
I didn't want to kill myself, but other Revy wants to kill us. And then our Revy wants to kill them, so now it's just an all-out brawl. But why not we just calm down and not do
Let the
anything
Revies kill
rash?
them.
Sorry, what was that, Atlas?
Let the Revies kill them.
Can I swing?
Sure, who are you swinging on?
Me.
You're swinging on yourself?
No. She meant to say she's kicking because that Revy keep playing. Just bang! Kick her ass, Revy.
Yep.
Alright, Revy. Give me a accuracy roll.
And then minus the 4? Is it 4?
No minuses. You don't have minuses.
Oh, okay.
$23? Wait, what kind of roll is that?
Accuracy.
No, it's 13d6.
Oh. Sorry, I'm rusty.
Let's see. Yeah, so As you swing on the other Revy, she tries to dodge, but her legs give out a little bit, and you send her bowling over. Blood coming from her mouth. Steal our names, our power. But we gotta do this. And she gets back up and tries to tackle you. Give me a dodge roll. Her movements are sluggish, and you're able to get out of the way as she goes for you.
I strike her again.
You can.
The
You can.
audacity.
Oh, yeah. As you how do you
Jesus Christ.
yeah, how do you punch her?
As she's tackling me, I'll sidestep whatever that bullshit tackle was, and then I'll punch down, Actually, no, with my elbow. Come down on her head.
Go for the Falcon Punch. Falcon! Pow!
So as you come down on her head with your elbow, it actually ends up dropping her to the ground pretty quickly, and you can see blood trickling out of her head and onto the ground. And
Now I will have my name.
and she does try to get up, but it's not working too well for her. And meanwhile, Dorugamon.
What happened?
Dorumon or Darugamon?
Doruga.
Darugamon is just kind of whimpering in the background.
We like to call him Darura.
Darumon. Dudadamon.
Dudodamon.
Oh,
So the brawl has started between the Revies. Atlas, what are you doing?
Just gonna try and well, he probably would have ended up calming down a bit more
Mm-hmm.
with the help of Elise. But seeing his clone calling out for him,
Mm-hmm.
he was confused. Atlas will then get confused as well, because he has no idea what he's talking about. I'll just stare at him. And he goes right here.
Gotcha. So, Atlas, give me a dodge roll.
With the -4.
No minuses. Atlas, you were the first to stop having minuses. It's actually a really good roll. Unfortunately though, not quite good enough. So Eros is still very much upset and freaking out. You're not my brother. Stop trying to pretend to be him. You took him from me. And he's going to charge and tackle you to the ground before raising up his fist, but crying he won't be able to bring his fist down, so you don't take any damage. Why do you have that face?
face.
Don't lie to me. All of you took our names, and now you're taking everything from us.
One thing you forgot.
What was that, Atlas?
There's one thing you forgot.
Yeah?
Oh, you. I'll try and push him off me.
Wait. What?
Atlas, Atlas will try and push Eros off him.
Uh, give me a fight roll.
A straight fight.
Yep. I mean, obviously include the parent stat, but fight. Eh. Not the greatest. It's turning into a bit of a struggle between the two of you. Uh, Isaac, as Biramon is not necessarily playing along with helping you guys helping either of you fight. What's your game plan? Revi has charged in, both of them. Although the one that's your friend has if you can say that.
Clone Revi got wrecked.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Atlas has seemingly died and revived with a much sharper attitude.
Well, Clone Atlas, yes.
I follow. So, one sec.
Well,
Elise, I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
Elise, I don't know why you're siding with them. And then the double Isaac will charge in at the real Isaac with the knife out. I'm just gonna have to save you and bring you back.
Alright, so give me an accuracy roll, but you have the -4 imposed. um so as you charge in and stab at uh stab at the real Isaac, it's a very sluggish attack. Your poor emaciated body can't do much. Just I'll let me know how would the real Isaac with his knife respond? Would he go for the throat, or would he have a hard time killing someone?
I mean, I have a lot of ideas. Just how slow and sluggish is this stab?
I mean, you're not a child. Emaciated or not, it's still a stab. It's just you're nowhere near as nimble as you should be.
Gotcha. So I'd imagine the real Isaac would sidestep the stab, grab the attacking arm, and then probably stab into the shoulder near the person that was lunging at him. So yeah, we'll do that.
Got you. So yeah, we'll just give that to the real Isaac, and as he does. Question: would the real Isaac let go after stabbing him?
No, he'd probably follow it up and press him to the ground.
The real Isaac would shove his Digivice into the hole.
Ew.
Like he did in season 1, like an idiot. Kidding, Isaac. I'm
You
kidding.
put the holy bomb of holy inside the enemy. It makes
And
the
it
most
doesn't work if
sense.
it's not touching you, fool.
And
Well,
then
see, that's new to us. This is a whole new adventure.
I'm teasing you.
gonna cut that Isaac's entrails out and use it as a lasso. No.
Bring his neck with his own organs. I know.
But yeah, so Isaac, you got stabbed in the shoulder and slammed to the ground, and because of the fact you're emaciated, the blood loss is not it's not doing great for you. Now, Valentine, your clone would actually I really don't know how to I don't want to do this, but they say if we don't get our names back, we're all gonna die, so
There's a lot of pain and
Well-
carnage. Valentine's fears might be doing some things.
Valentine.
that's true. A lot of friends are getting hurt around you.
Yeah. But I think I actually got through that grief. I actually finished it because I got all the successes.
Fair
So
enough.
now I've just got my anxiety and my eremophobia. But I don't know if he's not the type to just go up and start slitting bitches' throats. He's gonna like go up to the clone Val and just be like, honestly, I don't know why losing the names has led to this. But I wish. Do you have any ideas on other ways that we may be able to go through this without, I don't know, killing each other? Because I really don't want to fight.
And while the others are in a brawl, I obviously don't want to fight either because, well, I don't know. You guys stole our names, but you don't appear to be any different from us. We were told that if we don't get our names back, that our powers will gradually be sapped until there's nothing left of us. But
So, almost like a twin in the womb.
but maybe that isn't so bad. Perhaps disappearing is better than this.
Valentine will just kind of
Nice.
hold out his hand and be like, I mean, technically you won't be disappearing. If one of us is getting the other, then we will be, as one.
Fair enough. I don't think I'm long for this world anyway. As I can see from this fight, our powers have been sapped to the point that, Digimon or no, I don't think we stand much of a chance.
Well, to be fair, Revi and Isaac are the most volatile when it comes to violence, so
Oh, but that does raise a good point. But anyway, Elise, things have fallen into discord. Revi, the Revi you know is beating the crap out of herself, blood everywhere. The Isaac you know, stabbing himself, blood everywhere. Atlas is having a fight with Atlas. And Val is having a heart-to-heart.
It's gonna be hard, I guess. Well, I guess in this situation where I'm really confused right now, I'll probably like try to talk to Aster and be like, "What's going on? Like, why is this happening? Why do they have clones? Why are they attacking each other? Do you have any idea about this?"
And Aster will pop out. Well, now that we've reunited and the parts of me have somewhat been with both groups. It's honestly hard to say. I've watched as these four have slowly been stripped of their powers and gotten weaker and weaker over time. So I don't know which of you is the real group, to be honest. But I know one thing, Elise. There's only one of you, so that must be a good thing.
So, given that Aster has not given me anything, I try to look at both. Well, yeah, the both groups, and
hmm
mm, and I stare at them intensely, and I try to decipher each of their intents, if that's possible.
Um. Well, you already have your decipher intent, which didn't give you much, but I will take a perception roll.
Please, why are you helping them?
Ah,
Oh,
wait,
wait.
wait, no, sorry.
Okay. I see what happened. I was like, I don't understand what happened, but
It was a
okay.
typo. I'm so sorry.
um. So actually, you pick up on something very interesting, which is that the shadows. Everyone had shadows, but the shadows of the group that you ran into are slowly starting to fade.
Okay. So I'm guessing that it's because of like they're losing their strength or something. That's why.
Yes. So the group that you haven't been traveling with has has went from being, as strong as always, more or less, to losing, having their strength sapped away from them, having having their stats, as you will, slowly reduced, perhaps because their names were stolen.
Mm. Seeing that Elise is still not sure about who's the real one, like he points her Digivice at Lunamon, and then makes her evolve to Lucky's Spawn, and then like
Mm-hmm.
tells her like to help her break the fight. So like, and then Elise like tells Lucky's Spawn to like help Atlas first, and then Elise will like try to tackle Revy that's attacking the other Revy. Is that possible?
Okay, so Lekismon is going to try to break up the fight between the two
Oh
Atlases.
wait. Isaac is stabbing himself, right? Right now.
Yes. Well,
Wait.
he's not like repeatedly stabbing himself, but he did stab himself and is now holding himself to the ground.
Okay, then I'd rather like let Lucky Swan like stop Isaac's fight first before he goes to Atlas. And
All
then like
right.
yeah, Elise will like try to tackle the Revy that's attacking the other Revy.
Now, when you say tackle, do you mean like tackle?
Yeah, like to hopefully stop her from attacking the other
Ravi, are you gonna dodge this tackle?
Um, no.
Okay, Elise. Elise, give me a accuracy roll.
one. Wait.
He's probably just gonna end up hugging Revy.
We'll see, Atlas. We'll see.
Flying tackle, go! Insert sound of a dog squeaky toy.
Hey, she didn't say punch.
Insert the muffled sound of a dog squeaky toy. Those screaming rubber chickens? I don't know. Shit.
Let us see what happens.
Yes. Do, 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 do.
It's 4, right?
It's probably 4 if that's your accuracy. 4d6.
46, okay.
You'd go to
I've
the
lost a
human
bit there,
page,
sorry.
and it's kind of towards the middle.
Alright, so, as you tackle into Revi, I can already assure you that her armor would reduce it to almost nothing. So, as you tackle into her, her core strength alone kind of stops the momentum, and it does turn, as Atlas said, it turns into more of a... Yeah.
Kind of splatted into her.
And Lekismon will be breaking up Isaac's fight. But Elise and Revi, you start that conversation. I will be right back, but I'll be able to hear you.
Okay. So I'll be like, please stop. Don't hurt each other.
You know, I'm not a fan of hugs. Get up or die.
Oh shit!
Well, I step back for a bit, but I don't like get away from you.
I'll stop for now.
You've already curb stopped her to oblivion.
That's
She
why
has
I'll
no
stop.
face. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I'll stop.
Meanwhile, Valentine just talking with Valentine over there in the corner.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, ooh, they're just like having a talk. So okay, maybe I can leave them alone for now and hope nothing happens.
Probably starting a Digimon battle.
Oh,
Just
are they?
Oh my god, playing cards.
Oh my god.
That would be hilarious. Yes, I will say that that is what they are doing.
I mean, all things
Talking over
considered,
Digimon TCG.
that might be what they are doing.
Yeah. We're just playing cards.
So, Isaac, you are pulled off of yourself by, Lekismon.
Am I playing me again, or what's going on here?
Well, no, you witnessed yourself being pulled off of you by Lekismon.
I can't talk about money. I just killed myself.
And you have a big stab wound in your shoulder, and you're not doing too hot.
Is it possible for like Lekismon to try to heal the one that got stabbed?
If she does that, the human Isaac's gonna try to tackle her. Just saying.
Yeah. Do you
What
want...
if clone Isaac is real Isaac because he got knocked unconscious, and then the one that's been with us has been the clone, which is why Aster gave us that mission, the homework.
Who's to say you aren't all clones? But...
I know.
Oh
I'm
dear
not.
God, we never left the dream.
But, yeah, so... Elise, if you want, you can roll for Lekismon to heal clone Isaac. And Lekismon, do you want to talk to Isaac a little bit?
I said, just calm down. It's okay. There's just too much going on.
They're just more creatures from the fog, and they tried to attack us.
But they're you. They're not creatures. Look at them.
They're just looking like us.
But then why do the others think they're you? Why do they have digivices?
I don't know. Why do any of the things we encounter look the way they do?
But your partners only recognize you. They recognize them as you.
There can be only one.
Was this Highlander?
Oh,
And
okay.
and as Lekismon pulls off the real Isaac, Pheromon actually will step between the two of you and begin to protect the clone Isaac.
What are you doing?
I just don't want to see any of you get hurt.
That's enough of this. De-soul illuminate! Point to scan enemies to prove that there's hostile signatures in the area.
You just opened up a can of Aster time.
Well, there's definitely the creatures in the fog, not too far out. Now, when you say hostile signatures,
Revy is counted in both. Both ways.
well, the
Which
diesel
one's the real one?
the diesel does just show energy signatures. So it comes back to you, and there are what, 8 other humans next to you?
You had already told me my battery was getting low. That's not good.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Okay. I'll just say that. Wait, who used the diesel? The real one? Yeah. So we'll just say your battery is out after that.
And so after his Digivice's light flickers away, he just gets more and more frustrated and lunges for the clone Isaac again.
And okay, yeah, give me an accuracy roll as the real Isaac, as the real Isaac. No penalties. So put your damage, give it a +3 against Pheromon's armor.
And that's 14 again. It's 14 to 12. Pheromon will take 2 damage.
Gotcha. And Elise, did you end up healing the other Isaac?
Lapis did reach out to heal, like, while trying to hold Isaac.
So as you reach out to heal, you see him gradually get weaker as his body shrinks until he begins to fade away.
See? They don't even die like humans. They're just more creatures.
That said, the Revi who got curb stomped into the ground would also begin to fade into nothing. And there would just be the Eros and the Valentine. Valentine would still be playing card games off to the side.
With Valentine.
A
But
mirror deck match.
But that a mirror match. That said, you would notice the clone Valentine's fingers begin to shake as he's playing, and he is hearing the sounds of his friends dying.
I will let him win the Digimon card game match.
And Atlas, you are still rolling around with arrows. Would Woodmon do anything? While he does recognize both of you as his tamer, would he do anything?
Goemon's in a conundrum since both of them are his partners. He considers both of them as friends, but they're not the same. So
Mm-hmm.
he's like his mentality's splitting up a bit. So he reverts back to Mushmon,
Mm-hmm.
and like he's just like very confused as to who to help. It's like there's Atlas and then there's Eros, and they're both they're both his partner, but who's the real one?
Um,
So this one doesn't look emaciated, correct?
no, this one does not look emaciated.
After other Valentine just kind of passes, disappears, I'm assuming. We just have like the Eros and Atlas, right?
Yes, and as the other Valentine ends up fading away, Eros will eventually get off of Atlas and break up the fight before saying, "It's over. Everyone I tried to protect is dead. My brother's dead." And he'll walk over to Mushmon. These people might not quite be the same, but I I guess they're the closest thing I have left to a family. Please protect them.
Well, Eros, that is your brother that you were rolling with.
Kind of. And he will actually go over to Atlas and put his hand on Atlas's shoulder, staring at you. Atlas, are you going to do anything?
No, he gets scared stiff a little bit just from the fact that what is he going to do?
And Eros leans in a bit and whispers in Atlas's ear, "My name is Eros." And as he says that, he begins to walk off. Into the fog. So, Atlas, any response to that?
Confused as to why the name rings a bell, but he doesn't know why it rings a bell. So he's just staring at him walk away.
And eventually, if no one stops him, he will walk off into the fog and vanish.
I'm going to try stopping him.
And
So I'm like gonna kind of get in between him and the fog.
what will you do when you stop him?
Eros, please just wait for a second. I have a theory that when the two, the clones, the doubles, whoever is what, was made, that you were also put into that same body. Because if you look, your body is not emaciated. And
I will let you know that as you try to say his name, you can no longer say it.
damn it, because he said it out loud. But he wasn't in the fog, Aster.
The fog isn't what does it.
I'm pretty sure it's the creatures in the fog, Aster. You can't pull this bullshit. It makes no sense.
Well, maybe he gave his name to a creature that's not quite human.
And now there's gonna be another Arrows that spawns. It's a vicious cycle.
I wonder. But anyway,
Why
continue.
don't you just stay with us and protect him as you did whenever he almost lost himself?
I'm sorry, but you creatures, you're not quite the same. Elise is, but
I'm
Well,
not a creature.
I don't even know if that's the right thing to say, but she is the same as she's always been. But it's okay. I will continue to protect him as I always have. He has my name
I'm
now.
not a creature.
Well, that's what you say, and honestly, that's probably for the best that you believe that.
You're the lucky Isaac isn't a complete murder hobo, because I've been getting ready to stab arrows.
I mean, he's leaving. You definitely could stab him.
There's no point in stabbing someone walking away into the void.
Like, I guess I would just look over to Elise because she's better at this than I am.
Elise?
So as Elise sees Eros walk away, well, he tries to stop him
Mm-hmm.
and then like wonders that about what he was saying. Like, what do you know about this situation anyway? Can you please tell us before you go or before you? Yeah, that.
Well, out of everyone here, I think at least you. I don't even know if it'll be comforting to know. When we were traveling through the fog, we ended up getting lost, and we found our way back to the church without you. We tried making our way there, but without Digimon, it proved too much, so we had to go back to the church. But when it came under attack, we had to flee, and, well, then you guys found us. Datamon told us that the Failings steal your name and eventually all your strength, and you fade into nothing. So, we did our best to try to stop that, but me? I shouldn't even be here in the first place. I'm just stretching out my life longer than I should to look after my brother.
I look at Val and ask him, should we let him go?
Well, okay, well, that just leads to a whole bunch of other questions because if the failing steals their life, but, me and the other Val were right next to each other, like, I don't think slitting my throat would have solved anything. So, um, I guess he would just be like, I mean, it is his choice, but, I mean, I was trying to get him to not, because we've seen a lot of violence, and rather not add more death to that list.
Isaac, what are you doing? You stabbed your clone. You stabbed Pheromon. You want to stab
Probably
Atlas now?
apologize. My Digimon. And probably tinkering with my dead Digivice, looking over my clone's Digipuddle, seeing if his Digivice is still there, since my clone was waving his Digivice all around.
His Digivice. Nah, the Digivice is gone too.
Oh, fuck you, I want my battery.
Well, there are ways to recharge your battery, but
We are halfway back to the church. Datamon is right around the corner.
That's true. Although Eros may have given you guys some troubling news if you listen to him. But yeah, what's the game plan? Are we gonna keep trying to convince Eros to go along with you guys? Are we going to let him
Tell
wander
them
up?
to
Are we? Elise?
stay. Convince him to stay.
Give me a persuasion roll. Do.
Tempted to steal his Digivice. That make me evil.
I can use my aspects on this one.
You can. Um,
Elise pulls out the taser.
Now,
No, not that one. Not that one.
Isaac, I will say stealing the Digivice of Eros or Atlas would be very difficult.
He's emaciated. No, he said he's not emaciated.
I'm not saying that because of how strong they are. I'm saying that because their Digivices are contact lenses.
We already had one person stab their eye out. This won't be out of the normal.
I didn't stab my eye out. I ripped it out with my fingers. Get it right.
Okay, fine then. Val, steal his Digivice.
No.
So how are you trying to convince them to stay, Elise?
Well, I tried to walk up to him and then you wanted to protect Atlas, right? Then why are you gonna leave? Why not come stay with us and make sure that he's okay?
And
I
I'll
wait,
just
do I also recognize him because of like, you know?
well, if you heard his name being thrown out a little bit, you'd recognize the name. Obviously, in terms of appearance, he just looks like Atlas, so you wouldn't like physically recognize him.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Then I guess that's just gonna be my response for now. As I'm
Gotcha.
unsure if
So, as you try to convince him, he chuckles a little bit. Well, I guess I do have a little bit of life in me, little Lumi.
oh my.
Why not? And
I look at him and like blink for a moment. Like, what name did you just say?
well, your hair might be a little different, but I'm pretty sure it's you. I don't think my friend is a time traveler. And he'll nod. I'll fade away eventually, but I'll always be there for him. So I may as well stick with you guys if you want. So,
Is there a way to like prevent you from going, like disappearing for good?
once you give your names to failing, the only way is to kill him. And he'd look over at Atlas. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Well,
I
I
would-
look at Val and like wonder what he's thinking about this.
Granted, uh, this you guys don't know how long he has, because he hasn't really talked about that. And there probably are other people you could ask before he vanishes, as they say. But
Killing really the
that's
only solution, though?
you asked if killing was the only solution?
Yeah.
Um that's what we got from talking to Datamon. Um there might be some other way, but we don't think so. You could you could try asking him when you guys get to the uh I don't know if the church is a safe place right now, but we can find out.
Then we better try to go there.
So, you're not a failing.
Uh it would honestly be better for you guys if you thought I was.
But if I gave you my name, that wouldn't change anything. Because you're not a failing, correct?
Right. Failings don't give up
So,
their names, or so I've heard.
You shall call him Squishy, and he shall be mine, and he shall be my Squishy.
The only way
so
to restore your power is to kill the failing and get your name back.
So if we kill Atlas over there, then you will resurrect, but so will Atlas?
I I don't know. I don't know if Atlas is still inside me. If it was that easy, then honestly I might. No, I can't. I can't. He would be
Quite a
very
conundrum.
he would be very conflicted about the thought of killing someone who looks like, sounds like, and acts like his brother.
I'll do it.
So wait, is the entire group talking about killing Atlas right now?
No, I'm
Off
just
of the
basically.
half-spirited guess of a failing creature.
I honestly was just like going through
You're
like
pondering.
how things work, basically. Yeah.
But Isaac always talks about punching Atlas. So I was
Kidding.
And
Come
Reggie
on,
has the
guys.
cross.
We can't kill Atlas for a ritual sacrifice.
You slowly walk behind Atlas.
How'd you know?
I may have poor eyesight, but I do know how to sense people behind my back.
I don't know. I don't think your decipher intent is that strong either.
But my Digivice skill does help me.
True enough. True enough.
You know, Atlas, I've been so mean to you this whole time.
Is that all you're gonna say?
you know, Atlas. I've been awful to you. Stops.
Immediately starts walking away from Isaac.
And
Very fair.
Eros is going to question. So, what's your plan, guys? You gonna return to the church, or
I
you
mean, if you
go-
come with us and we get there as quick as possible, maybe we can solve this, fix things.
Well,
You said. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
You said you came from Datamon, right?
Yes. However, I also. Well, let's see. Yeah, but we had to run away when the church came under attack.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. See, I've got a problem with good old Priest Boy here, and he had a problem with Datamon. Was Datamon working on anything that might help us take out Priest Boy?
No. Before the church came under attack, Datamon was working on the barrier. But then there was a power spike from nearby the village, and it caused the corrupted creatures to kind of go crazy. And, well, Sister Mon Noir did her best, but during the chaos, she went missing, and we had to flee.
Sounds like when the ley line went active, it fucked up more than we thought.
But
I
last
think
I
our
knew,
only choice of action is to hurry back to the church and ask Datamon.
is that what you guys want to do?
I certainly don't want to go deal with old Priest Boy.
um, Ravi, what are your thoughts? All of the clones except for this one have died. The group is basically taken him in, to the fold, and everyone's talking about going to the church that was just attacked.
Off to the church. But if he reacts at all, he'll die.
Alright, so Revi's begun the march to the church. Is everyone following?
Yeah.
Indeed. You coming, Elise?
Yeah, and I think we should hurry.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you do have a bit of a trek through the fog. Isaac's useless, but everyone else, I assume, uses your digivices to light the path.
Isaac's just gonna fly over the fog at this point on Firemon.
Isaac has left you guys.
I wonder if I can use Lucky Swan's like protrusions to light up the place and help us like walk through the fog.
No, similar to when Atlas busted out flashlights, light sources themselves are not enough to deal with this fog. Only the
Oh,
only the purifying light of the digivices, essentially.
then I take my cell phone digivice and I try to point it. Well, it's flash onto the cave. And then I try to check on arrows and be like, can you even walk right now? Are you okay? Would you want Lucky Swan to carry you as we walk back to the church?
And he'll just shake his head. No, I'm fine. I didn't have my name taken until just now. I should be good for a while. Now, as everyone makes their way to the church, excluding Isaac, who is flying, eventually the batteries within your digivices start to give out, and the fog starts to cover you guys up. But your digivices do prompt if you'd like to restore the battery with the surrounding area's data.
Fuck, my name prompt me.
You know what? You know what? Fair enough. Would you like to restore your battery with the surrounding area's data? Would anybody take their digivices up on that offer?
Probably won't
This would.
because like surrounding data is like, mm,
Our
like
Digimon.
yes. So I would say no to that.
Atlas?
Was would just because he's afraid of like losing sight of where he's going.
Gotcha. Valentine and Revi.
Nope.
Nope. Valentine?
So the question was if we. Oh, are you kidding
So,
me? Hello, can you hear me?
yes, we can hear
Hmm.
you.
Okay, my Discord screwed up for some reason. It looked like it was going to
Got
shut
you.
down. Anyways, so the question was if we wanted to use the surrounding data to light the way.
Your
To restore our Digivice.
your Digivices essentially have battery life, and as you used it to light the way through the fog so the creatures couldn't get to you and whatnot, they ran out of battery. However, you are allowed to use the surrounding area's data to restore your battery if you would like.
As long as I can guarantee that it is not absorbing my Digimon, because you said area, not
Oh,
Digimon.
no. Just the surrounding area's data, not like your Digimon.
I mean, Valentine would totally go for it. As long as he can guarantee he's not going to hurt the Digimon. So
And just a question that possibly should have been asked a little sooner, but at this point would anybody's torments be going off? You know, killing
I have a fear of
yourself,
being alone.
killing yourselves, the fog surrounding you, etc. So let's see, just thinking of people's torments. Well,
I have anxiety and aramophobia.
if no one elects for their torments going off, so Atlas and Valentine, you two alone are able to finish lighting the way, so to speak. Even though the light's a bit darker than what you guys are used to, you guys are able to finish lighting the way for everybody through the fog to the bottom of the church. Well, the bottom of the mountain leading to the church.
I am going to roll for my anxiety torment because if the lights were going out, I'd be nervous. But
Fair enough.
just as a heads up.
Yeah.
How's a 16?
16? That is a critical success. Mark a box
So I
off.
mark off one box? Okay.
Eros is both torments.
Whose torments?
Eros's? Eros?
Gotcha. The one that the clone one, right? Yeah.
Yes, Eros. Because of his crest
Mm-hmm.
and his torment.
Yeah, he'd be pretty dejected.
Yeah, they both failed pretty hard. A 2 and an 8.
Wait. Which one was the 2?
The 2 was his crest. The 8 was the other one.
Gotcha. No Digimon survive. I didn't intentionally tell you to open.
Aster's already done with us. Wanting to swap games.
Should take lessons from Takuma and his never-ending battery.
Hey, are you serious? Survive. I closed you. But
It is going to survive no matter what you do. I gotta love this like dramatic climax music as we just exited the fog.
Yeah, so you guys will approach the and Eros, specifically, his Digivice will go from essentially not doing anything to shining a very bright light as he becomes a not a blubbering mess, but as he's just feeling super dejected over everything that's just happened, his Digivice will shine very brightly and restore his light. Now, you guys reach the bottom. Where is it? The bottom of the temple. Gotta climb the mountain to get up there. But somebody who left everybody behind has managed to get up to the top of the temple lickety-split.
I stayed close to the glow in the fog.
Oh, so as you see the temple in the distance, you're like, all right, let me dive back in the fog and meet up with the group at the bottom.
No, I flew with the glow in sight.
Well, yes. Now, when you approach, like, the mountain, do you fly up to the temple or do you rejoin the group at the bottom?
I probably should rejoin the group. Isaac's not a complete asshole.
All right. So, as you make your way up the stairs, the long stairs, you eventually get it to the large cave-like portion that was under the temple where Noir saw you guys off, so you could go into the ravine and go to the village to rescue the babies and whatnot. And one striking feature of this cave-like area, it always had like a pillar coming down from it that didn't really seem to do anything or hold anything up. But now that pillar is shattered and you see this, what looks like water just gushing out of it. Ba 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 ba.
Well, that doesn't seem normal.
I will let you guys discuss this a little bit. Isaac, I'll let you start. You guys discuss this, and I'll be right back.
Mm,
I wonder what else is busted up
Is
there.
the
They had
is the water like trying to flood like the cave or something? Or no?
But before I do the whole be right back, I will answer that. No. So the pillar like seems to almost go to the bottom of the mountain to the top of the temple. The water's just gushing out, but it's not like flooding this room or anything.
was this a stone or a metal pillar?
Stone.
Mm,
Okay,
if
it's
it
not likely
poses a
we'll patch
threat,
it.
like I'm thinking of like freezing it with like his one's arrows.
Oh yeah, we do have an ice user.
If you talk to Lekismon about it, you will find out that it's not actually water, but data that's flowing out of it.
Oh, data. Well, can we approach it?
Oh, so this is where we recharge our digivices. Cool.
Uh, uh, can you approach it? Well, there's kind of a drop off before it, but you can get closer. I suppose if you did try to use it to restore your digivices, it would work, but I will need to know who is using it.
Is it something that we can touch or no?
Uh, well, no, you can't, like, reach it. There's a drop off. You can't, like, get close enough to, like, put your hands in it.
That's why we have flyers. Fireman,
Yeah.
let's get closer.
Fair enough.
So this stupid thing said something about absorbing data earlier as Isaac click-clacks at buttons on his digivice.
Okay, but for realsies, I will be right back and listen to your guys' conversation. And as you, like, stick your digivice in it or whatever, it will recharge from the, pillar.
Guys, it works! I can take turns doing rounds or something.
I'm curious on if we ended up causing this.
Well, from what Eros was saying, it sounds like when the ley line turned back on, it caused a lot of reverberations in the area. We didn't blow up the pillar, but some angry Digimon probably did. Now, I wonder if this is one of the ley lines that Petermon was talking about.
That I do not know.
Bet you if Datamon's still here, he'll know what it's all about.
Maybe Arrows can absorb the data to keep himself alive longer.
Test tube, baby.
Okay. So what's the game plan?
Well,
Well,
we all
throw
turn on
Eros
our...
into it. It's the fountain of youth.
We all turn to Aster and we're like, all right, Aster, you're the fishing rod. I'm just kidding.
Not a lot of conversation happened.
Yeah.
Mostly we just suggested that Datamon might know what it is, or
Mhm.
what's going on.
Well, Isaac, I know, restored his Digivice's data. Did anybody else use it like that?
My Duolingo
Yep.
can fly, so I also will do that.
Elise?
If I point my Digivice, can I recharge it?
Yes. Atlas and Valentine, your Digivices don't necessarily need charging. Do you use the data?
Well, so we already used the data of the area around us, so... Did that alter our Digivice in any way?
Guessing that's what he's getting at, but
Well, your Digivices don't look different. They were emitting a slightly darker light in the fog, but...
Then my Digivice is fine.
Atlas?
He's 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 gonna like still take it just to make sure it's like fully charged.
So, as you put your Digivice towards the water or what have you, the water starts to become a much darker color. And as it does, the cave around you starts to shift and become ever so darker of a place to be in.
well, now that part we did.
I don't know if we busted this up,
Wait.
but we definitely just did this here.
didn't
Sorry, can I
make it.
ask? Did I get it right? Like, because of like we recharged our Digivices, it got darker?
One of us stuck a corrupted Digivice in the holy stream of data, and it got all fucky.
Oh my god. I wonder whose Digivice would that be?
It was Atlas, because I didn't use mine to charge. I still have the dark energy data in mine. I didn't...
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Valentine getting more and more villainous with that dark evil around the corner.
Mm. Well, if we like flash our Digivice out towards Atlas, can that do anything?
So you're gonna like try to
Purify him.
actually yes, you do lose a lot of battery in the process, but it does begin to purify Atlas's Digivice.
So I would like to help, and I would like to press the buttons and make my Digivice absorb the darkness from Atlas's, so we can, get rid of it.
Is it like also possible to purify like the streaming data? Was it like it turned dark, right?
Yes. However, funny enough, or luckily, or whatever, it did turn dark. However, because it's gushing out, the darkness does begin to fade as new data pours in.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't need that anymore. So can
Yes.
I recharge my Digivice again after I see the darkness fade away?
You can.
Thing is just hemorrhaging holy energy, guys.
Yeah. I'm nightmare. Why not, right?
Um,
Shit, this might be like one of the roots of Big Dristle.
and Eros is going to look around. Guys, I this just doesn't seem like a great idea. Maybe we should keep going.
We're great at not great ideas.
I mean, Valentine's already ready to go.
Because, you know, Black Aura Digivice.
He's like, yeah, I got the evil one.
No. It's more or less like, hey, look, my data's charged. Let's not mess with this holy one. And then Atlas does it. I'm like, for sure, let's not mess with it. No.
You know what? Trade this one to Piedmon for your original.
I'm not giving him my dual disc. Bitch can steal it from me in death.
Shit, your dual disc just changed into one of the Orichalcos dual discs. Get over
Hell
it.
yeah, they looked cooler anyways.
Anyway, I suppose Clone Boy's right. We should probably get up top and see what's happened.
So, as you guys make your way up, yeah, contrary to the displayed picture, wait, maybe I should be. Why haven't I been doing this? Whatever, it's fine. I can start now. There. For those of you not watching the stream, you can look in chat and see the pretty church image. Contrary to the pretty church image, not only is the church now very much rubbly and whatnot, as it's been destroyed, the trees and the wildlife has shriveled up. The luster that the church has all but faded. It's a lot grimmer of a place to be. And of course it has been busted up and destroyed.
Looks like this place had one hell of a party.
So wait, we haven't been gone that long, but it's suddenly different?
Yes. Well, if you recall, you weren't out of the village for that long either, supposedly, but it changed a lot.
Question, like, was I able to make a connection with Petermon, or no?
A connection with Petermon?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of how much conversation you had with him.
He was there the whole time I was trying to murder him, so they had a lot of time together.
Was trying to murder him, that's for sure.
I'll say that you were able to form a connection with Petermon.
Okay, if that's the case, then I will try to contact Petermon and ask him, like, is there like a ley line here in the church where Magna Angemon is right now?
Where Magna Angemon is?
I mean, this church, like the one we're at right now. Is it the Church of Beauty? Was it?
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple, but if you mean the last standing temple, yeah, that was the last ley line left in the nation as far as I knew.
How can I know if a ley line is corrupted?
It will become much spookier.
Well, definitely it looks spooky now. Do you happen to know where the ley line is?
I don't know specifically. As the guardian of this ley line, I'm not able to travel, but I do know that there was one at the church.
Is there a way for us to find the ley line with our digivices?
Ley lines are like veins that carry data. So find the data and you'll find the ley line.
Okay, so I guess we found it a while ago.
Oh?
It's a we found like a place where there's like data gushing over like like a waterfall. Is that a ley line?
It sounds like the ley line's been destroyed, which I suppose is better than it being corrupted.
Then I look at the others and then tell them everything that I talk about with Petermon and then ask them, should we go back and try to fix it? And then I try to ask Petermon, is there a way for us to like try to patch the ley line to make sure that it doesn't like get worse?
I've never dealt with a destroyed ley line before, so I'm not exactly sure. However, you did purify this one, so I'm sure that if anybody could do it, it would be you guys. But if there's anyone there that's more familiar with the ley line, then they might be able to. They might be able to assist.
So I look at the others and ask them, what's the plan now that we know about this?
Sounds like it's time to find Datamon.
Adamon would probably know a good answer to this. All I could think of is that maybe technically we could repair the ley line if we found a new guardian for it. But I am no expert.
Hello, spuddy old pal. You're gonna die soon, right? Would you like an unlimited supply of life-fueling energy?
I don't think that's how that works, Isaac.
You think this? You think that? We don't know until we try. Get in the stream.
Oh my god.
He's in the stream because he's a part of the game. Got it. Well,
So,
let's go inside.
everyone's splitting up and searching for clues?
Wait a minute. Doesn't one of us have a Digitama?
Yes.
I do?
Hmm. We'll come
How'd you
back
even
to
know
We'll
that?
look for clues for now.
I don't remember if I told anybody that. But what? Yes, one of you does. All right. So,
I'm confused. But she had Lekismon. How does she have a Digitama as well? Confusion.
Leomon.
what was that?
Wasn't it Leomon? Where Evie got the cape, Isaac got the knife, I forget what everyone else got, and she got the egg.
Yeah, everyone got something. All right. I'll take a. Yeah, let's just make it a perception roll to keep it simple from everybody.
And what is our penalties at right now?
No penalties
What is
anymore.
on?
You said perception?
Yep. Y'all got crazy ass perceptions.
It's a survival game. I want to see what's trying to murder me.
Oof. Yeah,
I
okay.
want them to try to murder me so I could kill them first.
So Isaac, as you're searching around, and you do find like blood splattered across the digital landscape that you're looking around. Lots of bullet holes, some club marks. Well, before I go further, I should ask. Well, let me look at those perception rolls again. I'm not going to ask Ravi or Atlas.
Is any of the blood still fresh?
But before we get to that, Isaac, Elise, and Valentine, tell me what you're looking for.
Signs of life.
Elise?
Well, I look around to see if I find like at least Magna Digimon or like Datamon or like whoever. Like any Digimon would be fine.
Gotcha.
And like
And
anything that's like, you know, mm, different and like, you know, a concern.
the battle.
None of us are looting. Cool.
Um, and Valentine, what are you looking around for? As everyone splits up and
Well,
searches for clues.
while the others are kind of looking for like proof of life, I'm just trying to figure out what went down.
All right, so Valentine, you didn't get as good of a roll as those two, but uh, you will see bullet holes in the walls. Somewhat familiar. You'll also see club marks. There will be very large spider webs and acid about. You will also notice larger bullet holes. And I'll give you a chance later to notice that. But Elise and Isaac, we'll say that you two bump into each other, and around the time you do,
Our
you...
hands touch and we both blush. What?
Oh my god.
I mean,
You both see a glass-looking thing with a brain inside of it sticking out of a wall.
Sticking out?
Yeah, almost
like-
as if it's coming out of the wall. You mostly
Yeah.
just
Do
see
you
the
recognize
brain.
this?
It looks like the top of Datamon's head. Now, I'm not saying, like, it's separated from his body, but you don't see his body. You see a wall and you see that sticking out.
Okay. Then I look at Isaac and be like, should we like try to get him off the wall?
I'm gonna poke the brain.
Oh my god.
Well, you can't poke the brain because the glass thing is in the way, but as you go
Tap
and
on the glass. Fishy!
as you tap on it, you hear a ah, and the glass thing vanishes inside the wall.
It sounded like Datamon. Look, I knew you used to crawling through tiny tunnels, my man, but I don't think I could fit through there.
And you'll see him literally walk through a wall. Oh, it's just you guys. Does that mean you guys have reclaimed your names?
Yeah, we got our names back.
Splendid, splendid. So,
Then I asked him like what transpired in this church and made it look like this.
well, as you guys know, you were trying to get your names back, but you had to hold up here, and then we came under attack. Sister Mon did her best, but I had to hide with the little ones to keep them safe. I don't exactly know what happened, but when I came out, she was gone. Everything that had attacked us was gone. You guys were gone. But if I had to guess, after that huge... Oh, hey, Max. Someone in chat. But, if I have to guess, after that huge energy spike that we noticed coming from around the village happened, the corrupted creatures ended up going into a frenzy. We were just about to restore the barrier, too, but we ended up deciding that the best course of action was to destroy the ley line. As long as we're not producing purifying energy, the corrupted creatures should leave this area alone.
What would it take to get the barrier back online now, just in case they decide to come back?
Well, I more or less fixed it, but honestly, I don't know if it can keep them at bay. However, maybe if you guys purified a ley line or two around here, then we could get this one back in order.
So the only way to patch it up is like to purify another one.
Well, no, we could patch this one up. I just don't know if it's the best idea.
Why?
Because when we patch it up, the creatures will likely come back.
Well, you said you fixed the barrier, right?
Yeah, but we never had to deal with creatures like this, but we can get it back up and running.
Where would the closest ley line be?
Is it just you two?
No, we were with the others as well. And about that, um, about getting their names back. Aside from killing one another, is there any other method to like help them get their names back?
Well, I don't know a great deal about the failings, but as I told you guys earlier, well, you weren't here, but as I mentioned to you, you'd say to Isaac, the failings are very greedy creatures. They try to steal people's names. They're unsuccessful at first, but slowly they steal more and more of their life force until eventually they steal their names and shadows. And they're generally, I've never heard of a failing ever willingly giving a name back, but I suppose if it did, then you wouldn't have to kill it?
I see. We saw a lot of strange things out in that fog. I'm sorry for all the questions.
Questions lead to knowledge, little Isaac. And knowledge is power.
So I refer to my last one. Where would the closest ley line be?
That's an interesting question. I suppose I could just tell you, if you don't want to get everyone together.
Well, they're off helping recoup what's left of the temple. I'm sure we'll be able to gather at some point.
Alright then, and he'd take his robotic hand and bust out a little knife of sorts as he'd start scribbling on the ground. You see, the land of beauty, and he'd make a heart shape, is the heart of the digital world, and the ley lines are like its veins. They come out from the center. Now, asking where the nearest ley line is somewhat of a conundrum, as they're all around us. But what you're looking for is where a lot of them intersect. And he'd start making a lot of scratch marks around the heart. I know that there's at least one intersection in the mountain not far from us, but if you want more concrete answers, I suggest finding the Oracle.
Who's the Oracle?
Ever since the fall occurred a long time ago, word has spread of an Oracle who is more knowledgeable than anyone else in the land. However, none have actually found the Oracle, as they say that it's in a place so disgusting, so vile, that when given the option to approach that place, no one would willingly do so.
I see. What are some
So
of the most
Numamons.
disgusting places you know of?
Well, the only place I know of that's gross is the sewers in the mountain nearby.
Platinum Numamon is the Oracle.
Is there also a lane line near the sewers?
Uh, there is an intersection from the mountain that the sewers are in. So it is possible that you could purify the ley lines there. Two birds, one stone, as they say.
I look at Isaac and like wait for him to come up with something.
One last question, Datamon. You told us Sister Mon went missing. Does she have anywhere she would go if not here?
Honestly, I don't know why she would vanish unless she was captured.
See. Okay. You mentioned you were protecting the younglings earlier. Are they still okay? Are they safe here?
Yeah, I still have them holed up in my hidey hole.
Would there be room for more?
I. I'm not at a daycare. How many more?
Hmm. Probably, I don't know, a lot.
If I'm being entirely honest, we may have destroyed the ley line, which is keeping this place kind of safe, but this is far from the safest place for children.
Well, so your boy Magna Angemon, we're pretty sure he's either eating little kids or feeding them for some type of, I don't know, ritualistic sacrifice.
And Datamon would just ponder. He certainly isn't the best person around. But I don't have to deal with him anymore, but between him or here, this temple might be safer, but if I please don't tell him you're bringing them here.
Wait, why would I tell him where I'm hiding his food?
Exactly.
Okay, I suppose we should go find the others and brief them on some things.
Um, Revi and Atlas, your search has shown that there are in fact rocks and debris on the ground. um, so
Nothing unusual here.
what? Oh, yeah. Um, Isaac has elected to gather the group up. What are you gonna tell them?
The first things first, Datamon thinks we're the dupes. Alright, he was waiting for them to come back, and I told him that we reclaimed their name successfully. So, I'm not really sure what that means yet. He willingly destroyed the ley line to make this not a point of interest for enemies. So, I'm not sure if he's just really, really smart or really, really evil, but yeah. Anyway, he says the best way to get this place up and running again is to purify some more areas. And supposedly there's this oracle guy, probably in the sewers, because the way these angels hate things that are dirty. So that's kind of what we've gathered so far.
Valentine?
Well, I mean, all I really saw were bullets and shit, right? So,
Bullets, more bullets, very large cobwebs, club marks.
and then you said maybe you'll let me notice something or get a chance. But that hasn't happened yet. So,
Yes,
um,
not yet. So, off of what Isaac has
I'll
told
be
you.
like, well, I mean, if the reason the creatures were attacking this place was because of the ley line, then I think he did what he thought was the smartest thing to do at the time to protect. I think that unless we can get a guardian for the ley line, um, I think repairing the ley line here would probably be a bad idea. Um, Especially with how people are kind of missing. Um, but now, if we could find a guardian for this ley line, then I think repairing the ley line would um, be a smart thing to do, because then they would have some sort of guardian. Um, but I am no expert on this world and how it works, so I don't quite know.
Um, Atlas, off of Isaac and Valentine's conversation, do you interject at all?
Would think that they both have valid points. He just trying to figure out like he's making like pros and cons in his head, like just listening.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he knows that finding the oracle and clearing and helping like the ley lines would be the best suggestion. But Valentine's also made great points, so he is kind of like on the line of who to choose mostly.
Hmm. Elise. So, information provided. You sounds like Sistermon may have been captured, possibly. You the ley line was destroyed because of the to protect the place, the oracle, all of that. What are your thoughts?
I guess from this point we're gonna go diverging paths, I guess. Or not yet. Are we deciding as a group?
Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys want to split up, that is always an option, but what
I
are
don't
your
know if
thoughts?
splitting up is the best option.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's talking about splitting up just yet.
Well, I just look at everyone and ask them like, well, if we go find the oracle, we can like purify a ley line at the same time, so that completes two kinds of objectives in one go. But then again, Sister Mon's like absence is also a concern, and we don't know if where she would be. So, what do you guys think?
Digimon did say she was likely captured. If they were under attack by enraged, corrupted Digimon, I can't imagine they're taking her to, praise her as a queen or anything.
Wait, she was captured, correct?
Datamon
Yep.
said she wouldn't be gone this long otherwise.
So, Aster,
Mm-hmm.
using my special cards, I can summon them if they're still alive, correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna summon Sister Mon Noir.
Now tell me exactly what you're doing. I mean, I know exactly what you're doing, but like how you're going about it, what you're telling the group, etc.
So, me and Sister Mon Noir connected and became
I knew it!
friends. Not like that,
Friends.
Isaac. As such, I got this special card, but I mean, the special card didn't really
Card
have
is
much
condom.
use. And
Okay.
once my Digivice changed, I've discovered that I have the ability to summon those Digimon that are I receive special cards from as a one-time use, though. Um, so if you guys want, I should be able to summon Sister Mon Noir.
Wait. Can I ask like if I was able to make a decent connection with Sister Mon?
Hmm, I could say so.
then before we use that card, maybe we should try to contact her first if she can respond even. So I use my Digivice and try to contact Sister Mon.
Uh, Nobody picks up on the other end.
So I guess she might be in danger after all. I can't contact her if, yeah.
Correct.
She was captured. I would say she's probably in danger, so we wouldn't have much time to find her.
So I assume the consensus is to use the card?
All in favor? Aye.
I
But just in case, maybe I should do it outside of the church.
Alright.
can can Lexmon follow him though?
Well, I mean, I wasn't saying that to, like, not have the group with me. I was mainly saying it, like, if she somehow got corrupted and attacks us, I'd rather her not, I'd rather the kids and Datamon not be in danger. So,
Valentine sneaks away to
I would
possibly...
appreciate you guys coming along. I do have good agility. That is my max stat, so...
But yeah, so you head outside of the church to summon her.
Yeah, like, honestly, even if the group was, like, not wanting him to, he probably would have, because he wants to save her if he can. So, even if it cost him a resource, but...
Fair enough. As you place the card down on your dual disc and call out to Sister Noir, Sister Noir is actually summoned. You see... No, but you see that she's mostly stripped of her clothes. She's on her knees with her arms raised up and her hands limp for a moment before falling to the ground, passed out, and you see that she's covered in lashes and bruises.
I will quickly take off my jacket and put it around her. And then be like, Lekismon, could you please heal her? Or Lunamon, I don't know which form she's in right now.
She still have her guns.
I'll give it to Easy.
And so...
Of course I can! And Levismon starts trying to heal Sister Monroe.
Lekismon is able to successfully, slowly heal up Sister Mon. What did you ask, Isaac?
If she still has her guns.
Because of the use of the card, I'll say that she does, but she doesn't... She's not holding them. They just kind of appeared with her.
Would we take those in case she wakes up angry and scared?
I think that would be worse. I think she should have access to her guns. Because if we take those away, she might go into a rampage.
A gunless rampage?
But I think it'll be much easier to calm her down if she has her weapons.
Now...
Calm her down when you're down.
Now, question. Is the plan to go find the Oracle and leave Sister Mon with Datamon, or are we going to wait until Sister Mon regains consciousness?
I mean, I was going to wait until she regained consciousness, but maybe get a little bit more information.
I would say same, until she's okay at least.
Datamon thinks we're clones that he sent to kill us. So...
Well, Datamon thinks that you're the real ones, quote unquote, that he sent to kill the clones that you guys very muddled. Who is real? But anyway, yeah. So you guys will probably take Sistermon back inside. And Datamon will let you know that he has makeshift beds made that you can rest in while you guys wait for Sistermon to wake up. And continue.
I was just gonna say, since she was like one of the first friends I made, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna sit, there and wait for her to wake up.
He was your
Gotcha.
first lover? Valentine. It was supposed to
my-
be me.
We got punctured together in the very first session. What do you mean?
So time passes. Oh, ambiance. Time passes, and eventually you guys get some rest. It doesn't seem like anything goes wrong during that time. Hopefully. Well, not hopefully. Doesn't seem like anything goes wrong during that time, and Datamon
Somehow
eventually
he's keeping track of all of our rests so he knows what's happening in real time in the rest of the world.
Datamon eventually fetches you guys to let you know that Sistermon has woken up. Except for Valentine, who stayed by her.
Did you try to shoot him?
So Valentine, you eventually end up seeing Sistermon start to regain consciousness before she shoots up awake, which causes Datamon to rejoice and be like, "Hooray, she's awake! I'll go tell the others!" And he scampers off.
And she styles my jacket because I wrap that around her. So
Yes.
I'm just gonna look at her. I'm just gonna be like, I am so glad that you're okay.
What? Where am I?
You were at the church.
Oh, it did get torn apart, didn't it? Why am I here? Why are you here?
What do you mean? We were coming to ask questions of Datamine, saw that the church had been attacked, and then we were told that you had fought them off but hadn't returned, so might have been captured. So I used the special card and brought you here.
Those
Also,
powers...
I look a lot different than last time she saw me because I got that claw thing over an eye and.
Those powers of you humans sure are convenient. Did something happen to your eye? Did you lose it?
It's an interesting story.
Such is this world. And as you guys are talking, the others would end up arriving. Elise, anything to say?
Do you remember before you lost consciousness?
Oh, I remember all right. Just as I was defending the temple, I was stabbed in the back by that bastard and taken away to the village.
Wait, who
What
stabbed you in the
village?
back?
The same one who always stabs everybody in the back. Magnangemon.
Oh.
Told you guys we should have killed him.
Where exactly in the village were you taken to?
There's a... I suppose you humans would sooner know it as a jail, but There's an underground passage below the jail that I was taken down to. As you can see, she'd look down at herself. They stripped me of my clothes and, well, they have their methods of torture.
By any chance, like, are there any babies with you there in the jail?
Babies? No, knowing the Church of Beauty, they're probably using them for labor.
So the children that are taken away are being slaves right now?
Most likely.
And that's also within the village.
Yes. She'd look down. At least they're safer than the children are here. But it's still not acceptable.
How can we go to this jail place right now?
I I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think you guys
Never
are,
know where to take the prisoners anyway.
as you guys are now, I don't think you're stronger than Magnangemon, and honestly, with the world as messed up as it is, I don't know if taking him down is the best course of action. No matter how horrible, awful, and you'd see her start to grit her teeth before sighing.
Well, I fully intended on stopping him. I just also went on the smart end and rather kept him as an ally for now until we feel strong enough to take him down, because he is a very strong Digimon. So, but that being said, do you think if we repaired the ley line here that we could fortify this place as a place to a protection? A protected place?
If we restored the barrier, and she'd stop for a moment. I don't know. My Otismon is very strong right now. If this ley line had a guardian, then it might be fine by itself before moving on.
This barrier was originally engineered to keep out the bugs. Is there a way to set it up to keep everybody out?
The barrier is powerful because it's fueled by the ley line. However, it can only take so much damage. As you saw when Bancho Leomon attacked while corrupted, he was able to take it out by himself. And if too many powerful corrupted Digimon go into a frenzy, I don't think we'll have a way of keeping it safe.
If we get more of the ley lines tuned up, I bet we could strengthen it.
And if more of the ley lines were tuned up, the corruption itself might begin to weaken.
At that point, it's Magnangemon we want to keep out anyway. Alright. What do you think?
So, do you think if we got a Guardian and then just didn't repair it and just had the Guardian and, Datamon and the kids still hide here for now until we could do more work on the ley lines, do you think that would be a smarter option?
Possibly. With a Guardian, the barrier would already be stronger with that alone. But it might still be best, even with a Guardian, to not repair the ley line.
Well, that's what I mean, is just get a Guardian, but not fix the ley line.
Yes. I would honestly at this point offer to be the guardian, but I'm not of this land, so I cannot.
How can a Digimon be a guardian?
They have to become one with the ley line.
Is it
Um,
possible for an egg to be one or no?
an egg is probably the easiest choice for a guardian, as it would absorb the data and digivolve with it.
I look at everyone and then like show them the Digitama with me, and then I ask them, "Do you want me to?"
Are you asking me if I want Pancho Leomon to be back and as a guardian? Yes.
Hell of a redemption arc.
So how
So,
does this work then? It seems everyone is in agreement with this one.
Yeet.
um, uh, Sister Man would. I I have no idea how it works because I don't know anything. And Datamon would chime in. Wait, I know. You push this button and then this button, and he'll like go on, and then you point it at the ley line, and it should work. I made that. And he'd look at Sister Man. I made that.
Wait, did he give us like an object or something?
No, he's pointing at the Digivice.
Oh,
And then he'd look at the Digivice. Wait. Did I make that?
they changed.
Wait, did you guys get some kind of new power source?
Valentine will just shrug. You're the expert.
What happened out in that fog, Datamon?
Fair enough. One of you are gonna have to give me your Digivices so I can look at it sometime. But
Now.
You know what? I like
So-
Datamon. So,
so-
I'll detach my Digivice, my Digi-Dual Disc, and I'll hand it to him.
and he'd get super excited, and I got things to do. And you guys do whatever it is you're doing. And he'd run off. So Elise, are you going back down to the cave? Is everyone going down to the cave?
I will go
Yeah.
with Elise.
All right.
Like to be the birth of a guardian.
So as you guys go down to the cave, Elise, I assume you follow the ping pong instructions of Datamon. The beep boops.
So I guess we go down to that part where the stream is
Mm-hmm.
at, and then like, well, he did say that we press certain buttons, and then
Point the
that
yeah.
yeah, and then point the Digivice at the beam,
Yep.
and then I try to hold on to the egg too.
And as you point your Digivice at the stream after pushing some buttons, you see the egg actually like coming out of your Digivice, and it moves to the stream before starting to float on the water. And as it does, it's surrounded by a bright light, and you see it changing shapes as first it turns into the light shape of like a weird rodent looking creature, a Lekmon, before changing shape again to a larger humanoid light shape. And it retains that shape as it comes out a Leomon. Not quite its evolved form, but it does keep the cap of Bancho Leomon. and it jumps from the ley line to where you guys are all at.
Long time no see, boss.
You guys, um, it's good to see that you're all still alive. But
Yeah,
but what
sorry about the whole murdering you thing.
murdering me? Last I knew, I was yelling at Petermon before. What about the kids?
They should be here and there.
A lot
And
has changed since you've been gone, and you'll have a lot to catch up on. But I'm glad to see you back.
and you see him rubbing his stomach before getting increasingly upset and walking over and standing over Isaac. I don't need vague answers. What about the kids?
Most of them are here and safe with Datamon. There's a few of them that are probably back in the village that Magna Angemon took over.
And he'll stop rubbing his stomach. Magna Angemon. And he'll begin
Yeah,
to
kind of a
growl
dick.
slowly. Why do you think I was like that in the first place?
One step at a time, boss. You're stuck here now.
And he'll look back. I vaguely understand what has happened. But that's fine. I'll protect this place the best I can.
You're gonna need this. And Isaac will hold out Bancho Leoman's knife.
And he'll like reach on his hip where he has his own knife. I mean, you hold on to that. It'll probably serve you better.
I see you. I see you, Raven.
And I'm just gonna say, kind of in the response to "I'll protect them" is like, "Oh, I have no worries that you will. I know that you are very protective, Digimon. So we leave this place in your capable hands."
And what are you guys doing? Last I knew,
Did
you
want to
were.
come with us?
He can't.
Said Noir. Did she come with us?
Oh,
Did she come with you to down here? Yeah, she probably came down here. Yeah.
Well, now that this place is relatively safe, it's probably best we head to the sewers. You coming, Noir?
She would look at not Bancho. She'd look at Leomon. I think the kids are safe enough. I can probably afford to come with you guys.
well, if you're still recovering, then you might want to stay here. Having extra protection isn't a bad thing. Not that I wouldn't love having you join us, but you've also got to take care of yourself.
The sooner you guys are able to purify the ley line, the sooner I and the rest of these children can be safe. If Leomon's here and Datamon, I think they'll be okay.
And hopefully my Digidodisc will be okay once Datamon is done with it.
Hopefully.
No
And-
more sucking up the fog with your digivices.
Valentine will kind of like grab his shoulder where he has like the scar from possessed Bancho Leomon's knife, but He's just gonna smile because it's back to normal.
And
Can I pet him?
Pat Leomon.
Yes.
Okay, so how are you petting him? Are you like reaching up to pet his head, or?
He's giving him a good old fashioned handy.
Yes.
All right. So as you like reach up on your tiptoes to pet his head, he is very soft, but he's also very concerned. Can I help you?
Oh,
Don't speak.
he's not
Don't ruin
used
it.
to experiencing unconditional love.
So he'll just quietly accept the pets.
Does he purr? Does he purr? Roll for performance, Revy. Does he purr? How good are these pets? Roll performance.
I mean, if you want to roll performance, I won't stop you.
Let me see, where is it?
Because right now
That
he's
is
just
charisma.
uncomfortable. Wait, did you make charisma a dump stat too?
You ruined me.
5 isn't a dump stat.
So I will say that Sukazimon will just hover over towards Revy.
That's just as creepy. But
These
Leomon,
seem like fairly average pets.
yeah, Leomon's just going to average pets where someone's standing on their tippy toes to do it. It will be very soft for you, Revy, but for Leomon, he's very uncomfortable and
Traumatized for life.
And he's going to take his hat off and realize that it's not serving him much good. And looking around, he'll walk over to Coronamon. You look like you could use this. And he'll plop it on top of Coronamon's head.
Damn, you're gonna digivolve into Corona and die.
Coronavirus.
You were
mod.
chosen.
You were the chosen one.
2 Bancho gears now. I will become Bancho Apollomon.
Pyromon, Digivolve to Bancho Mamemon.
Oh, Lilymon.
Oh no.
Bancho Lily. Oh. Hey, Bancho Lilymon is like one of the coolest Digimon. And Eros leaning against the wall. So we've chosen to go back to the sewers.
Yeah, you guys were the ones who found Datamon, and you didn't ask about Arrows, so Valentine hasn't brought it up. But we should probably see what to do with that.
Well, we kind of
Actually,
asked him about it. Like someone, rather a failing has to give him a name, like give the name back to him willingly. Is what we remember.
yep. That the failings will eventually steal the person's name while sapping their strength, and yes.
So
Yeah, it's
in this
actually
case,
Eros.
Atlas needs to like give his name willingly to Eros to make him stay.
But what was that, Isaac?
So, Eros. Can failings take more than one name at a time?
You can't
not-
say Arrows.
Actually,
Homeboy.
yeah, that's true.
Can failings take more than one name?
I suppose so. Now that you mention it.
Can you take a Digimon's name?
And Sister Mon would chime in. From my understanding of my talks with Datamon, yes. Yes, they can.
We might be visiting Magna Angemon soon. He would love to shout to the heavens his name amongst our praises.
Give Eros Magna Angemon power? I don't think that's the smartest choice. I think it's an awesome choice, but not the smartest.
He's supposed to die eventually anyway, right?
Yes, but if we go over there and get his name stolen, you best believe we're all going down, dude.
Yeah, not to
We
mention.
spared Eros. Why would he try to kill us?
No, as in Magna Angemon doesn't instantly die, son.
Well, yeah, but he's going to get progressively weaker,
He would
and
be-
we'll be long gone by the
he
time he
fucking-
realizes.
Fucking murder us immediately. What do you mean?
It's just, oh wait, I don't have my name. Alright, I'm gonna send my army of ultimates after you guys.
Figure it out.
But yeah, so what's the game plan?
To the sewers, I guess. While we figure out a way to evacuate Magna Angemon after we rob him.
Alright, and up to this point, everyone's had decent rest. So you guys are returning to the sewers?
Debating on giving Eros my name.
But then you'd die.
Sacrifices must be made, Isaac.
But how could I be anything without my cardboard daddy?
Oh, bitch, please. I mean, Birch, please.
What if I give him my name?
You can try.
Captain Planet, let's all give him our names.
How about let's not rush into anything? This is mostly just me, like, thinking about, like, potential fixes, but since I'm not an expert.
Valentine's just like, me considering being a self-sacrifice. Everyone, well, what if we're all self-sacrifices? Valentine, that defeats the purpose. Stop it.
Can't be a martyr if everyone jumps off the bridge.
Well, no, it's mostly Valentine's, like, debating. That's why I said debating. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, he's thinking, like, what happens if I do this? Or that? Or
We could just
this?
use him to steal the name of a villain blocking our path or something. A wild Snorlax has appeared. What's your name, creature?
Yeah. 'Cause it doesn't seem like they have to willingly give the name. They just have to say the name at them.
Correct.
Everyone be careful, he might get sneaky.
Assuming that Eros is a failing.
I mean, I guess looking for the Oracle is a smart choice, because maybe they know stuff that others don't. It would be good to get some information. But I will have Valentine approach Atlas at some point and ask Atlas what his thoughts are on the whole name thing, and what Atlas, like, if Atlas has any ideas on how to solve these potential conundrums. Because he knows Atlas is, smart. At least he seems like it. So he would definitely ask Atlas if he would, if he had any ideas.
Yeah, because anyone who makes like 500 itineraries and makes an apartment that hard to get into has to be a little smart.
And that was just Dream Atlas.
That was just Dream Atlas.
Imagine what real Atlas is capable of.
And you do this now? You said at some point. You do this now, or
So like essentially when we were all probably going down to rest for the night, he would have went over to Atlas, so Atlas had time to think about it.
Atlas? Atlas, do you have any response now? But because of how Valentine worded that, I'll also give you time later to think about it.
Quite a bit. He's gonna try and figure out like how how to really make things like the plan work properly.
Mm-hmm.
Also look into like any subsequent follow-up plans in case the first one fails, etc., etc. So like he's just gonna need to look into how to get the name out of the failing, but also how not to make it obvious.
Mm. You're thinking about stealing a name with a failing, right?
Yes. That and how to get a failing to say a name. Because
And get it
that's pretty
back.
much what Valentine was trying to say, right?
Essentially just your thoughts on Eros in general, which would be very convoluted since you wouldn't have memory of Eros. So this is all very confusing for you.
Well, currently he just sees Eros as like a weird person. He's like, it looks like him, but he has a different name,
Different
and he
name.
calls him, yeah, he calls himself his brother. So he has no idea because he just knows as a single child.
This would be interesting for Mushmon too.
Yeah, Mushmon's usually beside Atlas. He's currently like always in the middle of Eros and Atlas. Like he's not directly beside Atlas. He's always in between both. So
Gotcha.
he's very confused.
And so everyone's rested up. Is the plan to head to the sewers now? Or is there something else to do here?
Well, get back my Digidual disc. Because I would like to have that before we leave.
Fair enough. So you head to Datamon's lair, take some searching, but you find like using the others' helpful instructions, you find like a door that a wall that you can walk through, and through some crawling you get to Datamon, who is very intently working on your dual disc.
Don't mind me, Datamon. I'm just waiting for my Digidual disc before I head out on an adventure for the Oracle.
And Datamon will jump back.
Stare.
Datamon will jump back, startled. Ah! You found me. And if you look at your Digidual disc, it'll actually be in pieces. Well, I wouldn't recommend using this very much. It's full of corrupted energy. It seems as if it can absorb the data from around it. But okay, 1 second. And he'll just start like whipping things together, and you'll see like tons of tools come out of his various fingers and hands. And within moments, the dual disc will be restored. When you get a chance, whatever power you use to transform this, I think that can purify it as well and recharge the battery naturally.
Fascinating. As in, it would just recharge itself?
Yes, well, you are providing it with the energy. But
How
also,
would I purify it, though?
I don't know. Whatever transformed it in the first place. Also, I mentioned before, but your Digivices have a latent potential, and this definitely seems to be in a step in the right direction. However, I think they can get stronger.
Fascinating.
And he'd hand the
Well, thank
dual
you.
disc back.
He'd put it on. He'd be like, "Well, thank you so much. I will keep you updated on the progress I have made with this Digivice."
Gotcha. And Elise, anything else before heading to the sewers?
I guess nothing much, but I guess I'll just check on Eros if like he's still okay because like his energy is drained as time
Um,
passes by.
a little bit. However, he still seems fine for now, for the most part.
Then I'll
Um,
just like stay close to them and then head to the sewers with everyone.
gotcha. Atlas, uh, I'll say both anything before the sewers and knowing Atlas, are you going to the sewers with everybody?
He he's gonna go into the sewers mostly because he knows that they'll need him, even though he doesn't want to. And like the fact that if he's gonna be staying, then the rest of the team will probably try and force him to go. But he also wants to keep an eye on Arrows because he wants to know who exactly he is.
Gotcha. Isaac?
Yeah, I think I've done about everything I plan on doing.
Mm-hmm. And Revi.
What?
Is there anything you want to do before everyone makes their way to the sewers? Anything you want to do still at the temple beforehand?
Where's Labramon?
Labramon is actually hidden away with Datamon.
Alright. Okay, we can leave.
But as you
Oh, I knew
ask,
you were a big old softie.
but as you ask about Labramon, hearing that you guys have returned, Labramon does run out to you guys. So did you get my family back?
Um,
And it would start looking around.
they're safe.
They're safe. Where are they?
At another camp.
Oh. Well, can I see them soon?
Very soon, yes.
Okay. And it would walk away dejectedly. Um, and as everyone is ready to head to the sewers, you make your way across the bridge, around the mountain path, to the two signs, one pointing to a certain death and one pointing to a nice meal. The signs are still there, so you're able to find the invisible wall that you guys took initially. Well, except for Valentine. Most of this will be new to Valentine. Um, but yeah, as you guys enter the sewers once more, I think that will be a decent spot to wrap up the session.